Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. You're welcome to Attending for Real YouTube channel. Ekaro, ekason, ekale, no, salama po, inakwana, inaini, ya dangana ga lokacin da kake kallon wannan video. Bonjour. Yeah, I'm very excited today. It is a wonderful time. And today I have a question that is coming straight from one of my followers, one of my fellow pioneer, because I'm a pioneer just like you too, who has seen to the reason why he should ask a very reasonable question. Probably because I've been creating a lot of videos and some content showing how you can really use your Pi coins for exchange of goods and services in regards to pichainmall. So he felt very encouraged to ask me this question. And one of these questions in which he asked me is the main reason why I am creating this content today. So a big shout out goes out to my wonderful followers, my subscribers, and my fellow pioneers who have reasonable questions, who has been going on, in supporting me. And it is because of you that I'm here today. And guys, this is super exclusive today. We are going to be looking into some of these things right here, right now in this very video. But before looking into the question which he asked and why we should be creating this content and some answers that I have for us today, let us first of all go for this very short break, and when we are back, we will go on with this very particular. Alright guys, you're welcome back from this very short break, and without wasting much time, we'll be looking straight into the point for the question in which this wonderful pioneer asked that made me to want to create this content for us in regards to his question. So stay tuned and listen to the question. This is actually the cell phone right here where I have my shushu handle. You can see it right here, this side. Okay, so I'm going to be taking that question right here on this very particular broadcast, which actually states, it said, you always have first-hand information. I want to know if I can use it to buy property. That is, he wants to know if he can use his Pi coins to purchase properties. Now, before going into that, I want to first of all bring a little comparison for us to see. All right, there is this popular kind of like saying that goes, there is no way that you can park into a structure at foundation. Let's say your structure is rightly at foundation stage and you decide to put in your TV, your cushion, your applications, right? A fan, some of those stuffs that you need in a room, or even putting your bed at the foundation of your structure. It is therefore impossible, right? It doesn't make any sense. Even when you raise the structure to a lintel level, you will not do such an act in order to move into your structure. So also, we need to understand that yes, for we have some of the transactions going on right now on the pichainmall and even on the face-to-face basis, right? Now, that's why I want to stress into this right now. We are yet to have an open mainnet phase. And I believe that before even the open mainnet phase, there will be a room for you and I to exchange goods and services and also properties in regards to Pi exchange, right? When I say Pi exchange, that is the Pi peer-to-peer exchange, all right? Now, this is it right here. In this very particular stage, I know I have never stressed on this very part that much, but I would like to call upon your attention to know that this very particular phase, in my understanding right now, which is the Pi enclosed mainnet phase, it is a phase that aside from making purchase using the official handles, official Pi platforms, you can as well go by a person-to-person peer-to-peer exchange in exchange for lands, property, and even estate, right? So how can this be possible? This is actually highly beneficial for those who are good in negotiations. Now, those who are skilled in negotiations get to have a better position to gain more in this very particular Pi enclosed mainnet phase in regards to a person-to-person, that is the peer-to-peer exchange or barter. This is basically because if you are well skilled in negotiation, this is a phase in which, let's say, I have this very particular power bank right here, which is 20,000 mAh, right? And I want to really sell this, but I don't want to put it on the which is a safe place for your peer-to-peer transaction, by the way, a safe place for barter, which is your pichainmall, right? Because you have an intermediary, which is the pichainmall, standing as the intermediary to ensuring that you get your picoins back if in case the person or the seller of a certain product doesn't really return that. Now, what am I really saying in essence? Now, let's say in a situation whereby you want to go about bartering, it's simply a peer-to-peer transaction with someone in exchange for estate. It is possible right now. Exchange for estate, property, or even land, right? Because the question for the day is asking where you can actually get this done, right? In exchange for your picoins, for land or property. Now, if you are good in the area of negotiations, then I tell you, you shouldn't be wondering right now. You shouldn't be too bothered at this very particular stage. This is basically because what you want, you have to get, first of all, someone who has that very particular product which you are interested in. Let's say, for instance, just as the question asks, where you can get lands, right, and property. Now, we are talking about land in this very particular place. First of all, you have to get someone who owns a land. Now, when you get someone who owns a land, your question to you have to first of all introduce, the new opportunity, which is the wealth transfer era. That's what I believe in. Okay, the Pi coins or cryptocurrency at this very particular stage, many are yet to know about cryptocurrency. Forget that the Pi network community has over 35 million engaged users, right? It doesn't simply still mean that the whole world has adopted cryptocurrency. In fact, we are still at a very tender stage in terms of percentage measurement of those who are, first of all, even just heard about cryptocurrency, not talking about those who have embraced cryptocurrency. So we therefore are in a very critical stage, a very tender stage, which we believe that it is a very good position for us to familiarize ourselves with cryptocurrency at this stage. We go a long way in positioning us. When I say positioning us, in ensuring that the future holds a lot for you to really secure some of these coins, okay, for you to really get a good standing in understanding cryptocurrency and owning some cryptocurrency, having them in your position to hodl. When we say hodl, we mean holding. Okay, so it is a terminology used in cryptocurrency. So you have to hodl your coin which you feel that you have value in it. And one of these ways to look at any of these cryptocurrencies that you are holding to see if it is the one that you should hodl for a long time. Not giving you a financial advice, but when looking into this, you should also consider the use case of a cryptocurrency. And Pi coins actually has a ton of use case, and many use cases are being put into creation at this very particular stage, which is what? The utilities. One of the utilities of Pi, when you look incredibly into it, is the pichainmall. Right? The pichainmall platform will enable you to have a safe barter experience, a secure and safe barter experience from one pioneer to another pioneer. It is still a barter phase, and the barter experience is also a peer-to-peer medium. Since at this very particular stage, you cannot exchange Pi for fiat, which is like paper money, dollar, pounds, naira, cedis, sefa, and even pesos, right? So at this very particular stage, you need to first of all know that negotiation is one of the best and most beneficial skill which you should have at the moment. This is basically because, let's say I meet with someone who owns a land and I introduce cryptocurrency to this very particular person, told the person the fundamentals, try to give the person the basic education that he or she needs, and decide to tell this person, try to give him that very particular basic skill, which knowledge which he needs about crypto, and let that person go about seeking for more education, doing his own due diligence, his or her own due diligence. Now, after this person must have done that, the person will seem to understand that, wow, this is actually a very good thing, and it is actually risky because crypto is risky, okay? And you have to first of all, life itself is a risk. So as a result, you should know how to understand this and know how to weigh your risk and know the level at which you want to make participation on in crypto in order to fully be aware that you are taking a risk. Therefore, whatever comes out to be the result should be something that should be so dear to you and something that you know you can bear the risk, right? So getting this person to understand crypto will make such a person to yearn for crypto. That is basically because you and I are in cryptocurrency right now, and we tend to value our Pi, we tend to value our core mining app, our core coins that we're actually getting, and we tend to value our Eagle, our Alpha, whatever cryptocurrency you are actually mining out there, okay, which you have seen that has a ton of, vibrant community, because that's one of the areas you can also look into a cryptocurrency to know if that very particular coin has, future potential or not. So this will gear up this person to know how to go about getting more of these coins. And when you introduce, because we are talking about Pi Network at this stage, when you introduce this person to Pi Network, that person will seem to want to value Pi coins because you can make comparison to the genesis of Bitcoin and get you to a certain position, and even tell on the facts that shows that Pi is an improved Bitcoin, right? Which will make this person, after his due diligence, wanting to get more, and this person will be mining at a very low risk, right? So how can this person get more of these coins? Because that person must ask you how he or she is going to get more of these coins. So of course, we have different means to which you can increase your mining rate, and we have the great enclosed Pi mainnet enclosed phase, which we also give opportunities to those who are offering services, even though it's on pichainmall, all right, in exchange for goods and services. This person having a land at this stage, okay, how about you have a land and we can have an exchange? It's about coming to a negotiation, coming to an agreement, and then you go about bartering at the rate at which you people negotiate and you feel comfortable with. Both of you agree and are comfortable with a certain amount of Pi in which you want to accept for the exchange of that very particular land and property. And when you come to an agreement, it will be a fair transaction, a fair barter that you and that very particular person have done. So in this very particular stage, we are still building, right? The Pi core team are still building. That's why I made comparison from the beginning, talking about packing into a structure that is just raised up to the linter, or maybe how can you move into a house that is just at its foundation stage. So it is therefore awkward, right? So that's the reason why at this very particular stage, Pi core theme, in my opinion, have seen to the value of we as the community members to come in to help in bootstrapping, the growth process of Pi network in terms of barter experience. So therefore, at this very particular stage, what do you have? What property do you have? You have to come through this very particular safe phase. If you don't have that face-to-face negotiation skill, you have to go through the pichainmall in order to have a safe and secured barter experience. You can put up anything you have right there and put it up for publication, right? If it's there, it's like in the means of publication, other pioneers can see to value what you are putting upfront there for people to buy, and the price at which you put, which is the price you're comfortable with, right? And that person, if you feel it's okay for him or her, the person will come into it. So Pi will get to that stage in which you can make use of your Pi coins in purchase of lands and property, and even some other things, any of these daily stuff that you may need, because Pi is built for the everyday people, and as a result, it will get to a stage that you can just walk through majority of stores or shops or plazas, or malls, even the physical malls, and make transaction with your Pi coins. But for now, it is therefore outrageous and also too ambiguous for you and I to expect that at this stage we can easily just get lands, maybe online people putting up their information in order to bring up that. Now, in comparison to this, we have Pi2Go platform. They say almost there, right? They tagged the Pi core team, the creator of Pi, which is Dr. Nicholas, and also at Pi Clubhouse, Pi Revolution X, and also hashtag Pi Payments. Now we have the Pi2Go services. Just as we know, they made this publication. They say it's happening. Pi2Go mainnet launch on Wednesday, 17th December 2022. Now, this is one of the things we should be looking up for in the future, right? Now, Pi2Go platform is also one of the incredible platforms that I always try to bring you updates about anytime they have recent updates and some of these other Pi platforms. So today I decided to take it into a different dimension entirely, basically because of the question that a pioneer and my wonderful follower have actually asked today. I don't know if I've actually done a lot of or much of justice to your question which you asked, but I want us to understand that at this stage, we all have our own quota to support the movement in order to get it to the stage in which we want. Before we get into the world as circular as in terms of Pi payment, we need to understand that we also have something to offer. So the question today that I'm leaving us with is, what do you have to offer which will help bootstrap the Pi payment services in this wonderful Pi ecosystem that we have? So without wasting much time today, this is the content that I decided to bring up for you today. And if you, in case you like this, just let me know, leave a comment in the comment section, and let us have more of this kind of content. If you feel this is more mind-blowing, more eye-opening, and also giving you a clue to how the future of Pi is going to be. This is not really a time traveling thing, but it's about the reality of what we have to do as pioneers in supporting this very particular ecosystem. That's why we have the Pi enclosed mainnet phase. It's not all about just building in terms of the Pi core thing, but the building area, it's basically because they have to ensure that they give us these best tools in order to help Pi grow to the pace at which we want it to be. It's all in our hands. What do you want to do for Pi today to help it grow? So without wasting much time, if in case it's your first time of tuning into this channel, all you got to do is to smash on the subscribe button, like and hit on the notification bell, so that each time I'm live or each time I have a new video like this very one, you will get notification right straight from YouTube. You can as well like and share the video and let us reach out to more people out there to see to the reality of Pi network as we are growing and gaining more attraction to even the elite at this very particular point in time. So without forgetting, leave with these words that you have the strength and power in you to make it happen. And let us join hands with our great attitude, attributes, and also with our skills and creativity to help this community grow, because it is because of you and I that the Pi network still exists today. So until then, I say bye for now.